What is up, you guys? My name is Shay. If you do not know me, Shay, Shy, whatever you want to call me. And I am the owner of CheyAlekCo. It is a creative brand where I sell illustrative art and stuff like that, and clothes. You can find all my links in the description below if you want to check it out. But today I'm going to be telling you guys how to start a business, kind of mention how I started a business a little bit. But if you are interested in my business backstory, I will have a video coming out about everything soon, about how I personally started my business at 17 and 18, and the backstory behind my business. It is like a path of self-discovery and self-realization and just like coping and stuff like that. So if you want to check that out, I will post about it when it's up. But for now, we're going to be talking about how to start your business how to start a business and some tips. As always, there will be timestamps in the description if you want to skip to a specific part of the video or anything like that. So without further ado, I do want to just mention really quickly that I do have my computer over here. So if you see me at any point and there's like a weird skip or whatever, it's because I probably stopped for a second to look over at my computer. Sorry, still getting used to the kind of professional setup and everything of trying to just up the production value of my videos so that they are a little more interesting and they get recommended a little more often so that I can reach more people and help more people out. Hey guys, so to start off, you just want to ask yourself some questions before you decide if you want to start a business or if not. So the first question that you should ask yourself is, why are you deciding that you want to start a business? What is making you want to start a business? Are you doing it because you want to be monetarily motivated, which means motivated by money? Or are you doing it because you want to create products that help people and just give something back to the community? So personally for me, it was that I wanted to help people out and kind of start giving back to my community in ways that it was giving to me. So like I said, I'm not going to tell you the whole backstory of my business, but essentially I wanted to show people that even if they don't feel like somebody cares for them in any given moment, at least one person will always care about you. And I kind of wanted to spread that message with my products. Like I said, I do illustrative art and stuff like that, and a lot of my own issues, mental health wise, play into that. So for me, it was more of an entrepreneurial motivation and less about the money. The money is a great plus. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate everyone who's ever bought anything from me or even supported me in any sort of way by sharing my videos and my content or anything like that. But if you are monetarily motivated, you will not make it far as a small business owner because it takes a long time for your business to just blow up. I've been in business for probably a year and 4 months, something like that, a year and 3 months, somewhere around there. And I still am growing every day. I think I have maybe 230 to 300 followers on my Instagram, and less than that on TikTok and stuff, just because I'm not very good at marketing, which is something that I will talk about in this video. But just like stuff like that, you want to realize that you have to be in it for the long haul when starting a business, and you can't just wake up, decide you want to start a business, do it that night, and expect you to blow up in a week and you gain all this money and stuff, like a lot of other people and a lot of other creators make it seem like that's what happens, and that owning a small business is so glamorous. It's not. So I just want to stop that misconception right now before the video even gets started, so that if that's why you're here, you can just go and click off the video, because this isn't going to help you much if the only thing you want to be motivated by is money and you expect this to just be a quick money grab for you. So another thing that you want to think about before starting a business is, how are you going to market yourself? So I did mention that I'm not very good at marketing. I do have an Instagram, a TikTok. I used to have a Snapchat, but I didn't really use it much, so I did not continue using my business Snapchat. But I also have a Facebook page, and I used to also have a Tumblr, and I also don't use that anymore. But the main things that I think you should use to market yourself, at least right now, would be TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Those are probably the biggest three right now, at least. I've heard from some people that Instagram is on a downtrend right now. I mainly stick to Facebook and TikTok. I'm starting to get more into TikTok. So if you want to follow my TikTok, it is my business name. It is CheyAlekCo, CheyAlekCo. I'm not very good at the production video for those videos either, but so marketing yourself, you want to be consistent. That is a big thing. You want to try to play into consistency, because the more consistent you are, the more people who will see your product, and then thus creating a better audience and a bigger audience for your products and your business. So for me, I mainly sell online. I did sell in person for a bit. Recently, I did sell in person a little bit, but I mainly tried to sell online because, especially right now during COVID, selling online is probably the safest way to distribute products, especially the things that I sell and do. So I did clothes, art, products that come in contact with a lot of people. So even though I make everything myself, I do everything in house, and I mean everything. Down all the way down to my labeling for anything, all the way up to packaging, product photos, probably anything of the process you can think of. I do 100% by myself. So that being said, it was important for me to figure out a safe way to distribute it, especially right now because of the pandemic. So I don't want to sway you one way or the other, because it's solely up to you. But do you want to have a point of sale system, or POS, or do you want to sell mainly online? So there are some sources that you can use to figure out whether you want to sell online or in person. I recommend selling online and then maybe offering local delivery or doing pop-ups when you're able to. I don't recommend doing pop-ups right now, like I said, because of the pandemic. Following what I was saying about the amount of time you're willing to put into your business, it really matters. So if you're in it for only monetary reasons, you're probably not going to put a lot of effort into your business, which means you're not going to see a lot of business coming back out, or a lot of reward, whether that be monetary, a following, distribution of products, anything you consider as a reward. You will not see a lot of it come back to you, because you're not putting enough effort into your business. You're not putting an honest effort into your business. So for me, I dedicate pretty much any time that I have that's considered free time, away from my primary job and apart from me doing school. I dedicate all of that time to my business. Sometimes even when I'm at work and I have downtime, I am working on my business, trying to think of new products and stuff like that. It is a 24-hour gig for me, and I have seen that reflected back to me in the products and the amount of support that I've gotten. While it isn't a very large following, I have done very well for myself and appreciate all of the support that I've gotten from that. And I truly believe that it is because I put so much time and effort into doing the things that I do. I wish that I had put it more effort towards marketing, stuff like that, but you will make mistakes starting off, so don't beat yourself up too much because of the mistakes. I've also rebranded once or twice, I believe, and I'm in the process of rebranding while also selling on another platform right now. And I'll get into that a little later. It doesn't really go with the theme of this video, but since I've mentioned it, I feel like I have to explain it. But I'll do that at the end of the video, so that if you guys don't want to hear it, you don't have to. You have asked yourself all of these questions, and you've kind of gotten a basic outline of what you want to do and stuff like that. You need to figure out your business name and how you're going to do your logo. These are going to be the most recognizable parts of your business. So my logo looks like this, and it is it was created by my friend Jesse, who's also an artist. He does illustrations and really dope work. You can check out his Instagram. I will leave it somewhere on the screen or in the description. And I told him I wanted it to be artistic of some sort. I let him have free reign, because as an artist, I know that I like when people to some extent tell me that just like, hey, do whatever you want, you know what you're doing, I trust you to create something, and if not, we can rework it together. So like I've mentioned a couple times in this video, I do illustrations, clothing, stuff like that. Starting off, I was just selling visionary art and stuff like that, so paint pours, customs, no clothing or anything from the beginning. And he came up with this logo. It's literally just my business name, and it's done in like a retro movie poster kind of font, because we both really liked that idea. And then he just put a cool color scheme on it, and then my logo was born. My business name, literally my name, bits and pieces of my name put together with co after it. And I did co obviously for a company. And so my official business name is CheyAlekCo. It's often mispronounced as CheyAlec. Some people try to read it all as one word, but totally fine. I'm not holding a grudge. I don't really care. People remember it because it's also a weird spelling, so everybody's like, huh, like that's interesting, wonder what it means. That's what it means. It's parts of my name. And other than that, it doesn't really have like a special sort of meaning, but I have that attachment to it because I wanted to kind of brand myself and make sure that my brand reflected me, because like I said, I do everything myself, so I wanted it to be known that it was a completely self-started business, and everything like that, and it started from a very authentic place. So moving on to product research, this is so important. I would say it's probably one of the most important things you can do other than your logo, your business name. You need to do as much product research as possible, and you need to be consistently doing product research. So as far as marketing goes, you need to be able to follow trends. So like I said, apparently Instagram is on a downtrend right now. So that means like less people are engaging on Instagram, and they're most likely moving to TikTok because TikTok is now on the rise, or it's popular, mainstream, anything like that. So you would know that if you were doing product research or following trends, or really just kind of living. A lot of product research you would get from experience. You need to be able to follow hashtags or see what is trending based on what your shop is like. So for me, doing visionary art, what is trending in visionary art right now, or what's something popular that I can kind of use to accelerate my views or accelerate how many people are seeing my art. And you can do this by making art that is reflective of a movie that's coming out, or a video game, or even using hashtags that somewhat relate to your content but also relate to something else, so that when people misclick on a hashtag, they'll see that and they're like, hold on, like that's really cool, let me go check that out. So I don't recommend doing this all the time. Don't tag your products with completely unrelated tags, because it will send your products to either the wrong people, or people will click off because they know that's not what they're looking for. Of a break from the video, but some other tips I have about like not using the wrong hashtags is like when your products get sent to the wrong people, they are going to it's going to tell Instagram basically, or whatever platform that you're on, it is going to tell them that whatever you're posting is not interesting, less people are going to start seeing it, and then so on and so forth, and then eventually that post is just not going to do well because you use incorrect hashtags, or telling the platforms that people are just not interested, and then it pushes you further and further down the chain until eventually you're just not being seen at all. Before doing product research, obviously you need to decide what kind of products you are going to offer. So for me, I knew I was doing visionary art starting off, so I am guilty of not doing enough product research and enough marketing research to start my business. When I did kind of decide that I was doing it, and then about a month and a half later I opened. I won't necessarily say that I regret doing that, I just wish that I would have done more marketing and more product research and like planning and stuff, because in the long run it would have been easier, and I probably wouldn't have started with my host platform that I had started with. I do have a video about different host platforms that are going to come out. I am going to mention it later in the video, so stay tuned for when I start talking about hosting platforms and stuff like that. But as far as product research goes, that you should do that for anything, no matter what types of products you're doing. Basic planning can help in the long run, and it goes a long way. So I definitely recommend as much product planning as you can do. It is going to be very helpful in the long run. About product research, so whether it be cosmetics that you're going into, art, clothing, what else is there, digital downloads, anything like that, remember that some markets are going to be way more saturated than others. So beauty is a very, very saturated industry. Art is also a pretty saturated industry, not as much as beauty, because with major creators out there on YouTube, the beauty community has kind of really taken off. And I do not know anything about the beauty community, so I'm not even gonna touch on that a lot, but I did want to mention that you do have to think about that when starting off, how saturated your market is, and base that off of how you're going to set your products out from everyone else's. So for me, I did not realize how saturated the art industry was before going into selling straight art online. I've had to reevaluate about 6 months in, better marketing and what I could do to change things. Figure out how I was going to change things and how to adjust things based on what I wanted to sell and how I wanted to market my products, and how to set my products apart from other products that were being offered that were very similar to mine but not quite mine. A very, very important thing that you want to consider before starting a business and before really opening is what host platform you are going to be using. So as far as host platforms go, there is Etsy, and then there is separate e-commerce sites. So that would be Shopify, Big Cartel. Etsy is more of a like mixing pot of e-commerce sites. So it is a host website that does the marketing for you, and stuff like that. Kind of, it does some of the marketing for you, and you'll get consistent views sort of that way, as long as your like SEO is right and stuff like that. Whereas a sole marketing site, such as a separate e-commerce site, like Shopify and Big Cartel, you have to do all of the marketing yourself. There will be days where you get no views. You do have your own domain, which is nice, but if you do not have the traffic, the following, you're paying for that domain, you're paying for the host website, but you are not getting that back. And I have experience now with both Shopify and Etsy. So I do have a video coming out about my pros and cons and my experiences with both, and which one I'm preferring as of right now, being in my business for the second year. So my entire first year I was on Shopify, and I believe my entire second year I will be on Etsy, and I'm going to compare the two, and I'm going to kind of make the video as I go, just to talk about the pros and cons, like I said, of each, and my experiences. You're going to have to choose a platform that's right for you and right for your business, and the person behind a brand really helps people connect to the brand. So make sure that if you are comfortable with it, you are attaching yourself to your brand in some way, whether it be the way you promote or anything like that, just so people know that it's not a scam. Overall tips about how to start your business and things that I wish I would have kind of avoided or done a little bit more of. So the first thing is definitely doing more research. I wish I would have done way more research before I started. So look up videos like things I wish I knew before I started a business, things I wish I knew before I started selling whatever you sell. As far as business names go, do not put like art by and then like your name or whatever. That's a very, very saturated business name. It also doesn't sound too official as far as long term, and you don't want to change your business name halfway through, because it's gonna confuse people, unless you're like, you have like a very built up audience and you're like, hey, like we're transitioning to this brand, blah blah blah. but I don't recommend changing your business name. You want to find something that you're going to stick with for years to come as you grow and as you build your business. It is going to be very helpful for you to have an established name from the very beginning. Do not be afraid to start with basic supplies for whatever you're doing. From my experience, I went through a lot of different things that I was offering for my shop before I landed on some things that I really like doing. I was not doing screen printing from the beginning. Now I offer screen printing, and I'm going to stick with screen printing. I was doing vinyl for clothing at first, like put my art on clothes and like wearable art and stuff. I like vinyl still, but I definitely prefer screen printing. So I spend way less money on vinyl now, and I took the money that I was saving from vinyl and invested it in screen printing. I also offer cups now and a lot more custom items, and that has helped me save money in the long run because I've taken the time to figure out what products sell. First of all, stuff that I actually want to do, what sells the most, what sells the best, and I cater to my audience a lot. I do a lot of polls on my Instagram to figure out what people want to see, and then I weigh that against what I want to do. Because at the end of the day, yes, I am making products for other people, but only put out products that you enjoy making, because people are going to tell if you've put in not a lot of effort with one item versus tons of effort for another one. And if you, like I said, if you do not have the drive for your business will not drive for you. And I think it's very important that people just stand behind the brand that they are wishing to create. Don't be afraid to reach out to creators who are somewhat more established to you in whatever business you are trying to create, because even though the community is not always the most welcoming place, there are people who are way willing to help you, way more willing to help you than others. Starting off, I was in some art group chats that really weren't the best for me. I really did not enjoy being in them. They were all about getting views and like the likes for likes, and basically promoting each other even if you didn't support their brands. And I don't believe in promoting any brand that I do not support. So I actually ended up getting kicked out of those groups because I wouldn't participate in promoting brands or promoting posts that I did not agree with. And eventually, like I said, I was removed from the groups, which was fine with me because I didn't want to be associated with something like that. That was not what the group was started for. It's not what it started out as, but it eventually turned into that. Now I'm in a group where we are all very supportive of each other, and I like this group way better. They are very helpful with tips, helping you deal with like negative customers and stuff like that. So that is very cool. Don't be afraid to reach out to people who have more experience than you, or even if they don't have more experience, they have a different experience, and people with different experiences can help you just like you can help them. So even though I'm a smaller creator than some other people in the group, I've been able to help them with things that I've experienced and vice versa. And I think that's very important. As far as shipping supplies goes, because that's something else that you're gonna have to think of, business wise, if you are selling online and not in person, how are you going to ship your products out? So to save some money in the long run, or even right off the bat, USPS offers free shipping boxes. They are the flat rate priority mail boxes, and they look like this. I also have bubble mailers and some other things from them, but you can get these for free off of their website, and they come in like 20 packs of 25, packs of 60, and you don't pay for them at all. You don't even pay for shipping. You literally just tell them that you want them and they send them to your house. So I have a stockpile of different sizes of these and different sizes of the bubble mailers, and then I also that's like my free shipping stuff, and I'm trying to work towards selling out of these boxes, and then once I get rid of these boxes, I am moving to eco-friendly packaging, just because that's the direction I want my brand to move in. You do not have to use eco-friendly packaging if that's not the direction that you want your brand to move in. Eco-friendly packaging is also a little bit more expensive, so if you're not in a spot to afford that right now, like I was not when I started out, then don't put that pressure on yourself to immediately have eco-friendly packaging. Other thing that I use for packaging is like manila mailers from like the dollar store. I literally get them from Dollar Tree, which is a dollar store in the state that I live in, if you don't know what it is. Um, they also sell them at Family Dollar, another dollar store, Dollar General, and like Walmart, stuff like that. They sell different sizes. They even sell like plain boxes and stuff like that. So I will show you guys a few other examples of shipping stuff that I have. These bags I got from Dollar General, I believe, and they're literally just birthday gift bags. These are for my local delivery orders, and I branded them by just putting a sticker of my brand on the front. That's how I branded those. And these will fit, like back when I did jewelry, wax melts, stuff like that. I fit little products like that. It also would fit folded up t-shirts, and depending on the thickness of the sweatshirt, it'll fit also like a sweatshirt, and I have a bigger size of this too. And then the manila folders that I mentioned previously, I also have a bunch of those. These are 5x6. I think these are the 5x6. These either are the 5x6 or the 6x9s that I have, and I just screen printed my brand on them. So on one side it has CheyAlekCo, it has my logo, and then it says the year I was established. And on the other side it has just a nice inspirational quote. It just says, "Don't let your dreams be dreams," or don't let your dreams just be dreams," is what it says. And these will fit small prints, thin like paintings, letters, stuff like that. They're not padded, but they ship smaller items, like I said, and they are branded. And I branded these for probably, I got these in a pack of 5 for $1. So I'd say in total maybe less than $1 for each one, because I just made a screen and I screen printed them on there. Super easy, super cheap packaging. If you want some tips on how to do super cheap packaging, let me know in the comments. I will make a video about that. But I have this size, and then I also have a bigger size. As you can see, they're not like 100% perfect, but it does put my brand out there, and that was just what was important to me. Perfection I'm working on, but like I said, starting off, you don't have to be absolutely perfect. And then it just says, "Don't let your dreams just be dreams" on this too. And these ones are about 8x10s, so you can see the difference there in sizes. And then those will fit bigger paintings, prints, sometimes shirts, stuff like that. And then if anything is over a certain weight, that's when I use the priority boxes, because since they are flat rate, they're always going to be like a set price once they go over a certain weight. So to make it worth paying that set price, you want to make sure you're over a weight class, a certain weight. I believe if it's over like 1 or 2 pounds, you're supposed to use flat rates, because if not, shipping can get very expensive very quickly. I always just make sure I check with my post office to check the rates. I got them to explain to me how they do bubble mailers. So for some post offices, it's important to do a little bit of research there too, just because they will run it through a machine sometimes, and if it doesn't squish down enough for that machine, then your shipping label is like incorrect. You didn't pay enough for postage, and stuff like that. So you just want to check on stuff like that when doing research. What I have for you today. If you have any other questions, literally do not be shy. You can message me on Instagram, or you can comment down below, and I will try to get back to you. I am in the middle of rebranding both my Instagram and my business website and everything. So like I said, I did make the transition from Shopify to Etsy recently, so I am on Etsy while I'm working on my Shopify, and I'm using this time to build my audience through Etsy, so that way when I'm ready to move back to Shopify, I can do so. And then my Instagram, it just was a hot mess from when I started out, So I have way too many repetitive posts using the same pictures. The pictures are not cohesively edited or anything like that, so it doesn't look very appealing as a brand. It looks more like a personal account, and while I do want my brand to feel personal, I don't want it to look like it's just a regular old Instagram account. I want it to be established that it is a business. So you can follow me on all my social medias. The links will be down below. And that's pretty much it. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching. If you think this video is going to be helpful to somebody starting a business, let me know that also down below. Comment any other video ideas you want to see and anything like that. Thank you very much for watching once again, and I will see you guys later.